the answer that you want to be able to offer for yourself to the question why, because I want to, and because it feels satisfying when I do it. That's what you want it to be. If it's because I feel obligated or because they're needy or because, then it's not good. So that's what you're going for, but you're the one that has to open the doors until you mean that and you mean that and you mean that and you mean that. People say to Esther, thanks for being brave, and she says, I'm not brave. Well, thank you for doing the work. Can't imagine doing anything else. It's really easy when you're in sync with who you are, and you are. So we're going to tell you something important. When your desire is strong, your belief doesn't play as big of a role. Most people's beliefs are dominant. But when life causes you to crescendo to a strong asking, then that's a pretty dominant feeling. And anybody in the vicinity gets the message. Law of attraction is so good at organizational skills. Here's the thing. Don't get too far into the weeds about this, because sometimes you're just out of bagels. And you just don't have to figure it all out. You just don't have to explain it or beat it into the ground or beat the drum of it too long. But here's why. You know at many levels of your being that it's supposed to be easy and it's supposed to go well. And when it doesn't, there's a rebellion that happens within you that makes you want to defend. But that defensive stance keeps you from letting it in, at least for the time that you're defensive. So when you feel like that, when you're saying why, and what you mean is, why isn't it going better? Say to yourself, this is why. This is why. Because I'm not letting it in right now. My focus has me offering a vibration that's not letting it in right now. That's always why. If things are going good, it's because you feel good. If things aren't going good, it's because you're not feeling good. That's why. That's why. It's always why. It's always why. That's why we've loved every minute of this conversation today. Because your point of attraction is why. But I can't control my point of attraction. That's why. But I don't know how to control my point of attraction. That's why. Well, I want to feel good. That's why. It's already done and you're not letting yourself know it. That's why. You're deserving and worthy, but you don't know it. That's why. You're on the lower half of the emotional scale. That's why. You're on the upper half of the emotional scale. That's why. It's all about how I am vibrating, which is evidenced to me by how I feel. That's why. If you relate the positive manifestations, no matter how intangible they seem, like thoughts and feelings, feeling is pretty tangible though, isn't it? Ooh. It's almost the most tangible thing there is when you think about it. Do you know that there isn't anything that anybody wants? A pile of money, relationship, more satisfying work, material objects. There isn't anything that anybody wants for any other reason than that they believe it will feel good in the having of it. So if you are able to accomplish an improvement in the way you feel, can you feel how far you've come? It's like you're there, and now the rest will fill in with the things that you've already specified that you enjoy, like good company and nice experiences and so forth. Here's what you need to remember. Step one is ask. Life just causes you to do that. You could not possibly stop asking. Step two is source answers. That's what this vortex is all about. Step three is you get into the receiving mode to allow what you've been asking for. So what you just said to us implies that you think that you need to keep asking. Already did that. Ask and done. So living in the present and feeling good, all you need to do to let everything that you've asked for flow in. Now, if in your present you're complaining, you're noticing Esther's toilet keeps running in her room. She has to take the lid off, look in, make sure there's enough water. The arm that connects to something is broken and it stays under the water. She has to reach in the water, pull the arm up, and then it stops, and then she puts the lid back on. It's reality. It's what's happening. How she feels about it is, damn, I'm good. I know what to do. I don't have to wait for a maintenance man. He can fix it later. I can make it stop running. I know what to do. I'm not new to toilets. I'm empowered. I knew what to do. This is quite fun. You get to decide in every moment how water doesn't get hot in her bathtub. It was a very cold shower. It was invigorating, really. First cold shower she's taken in more years than most of you are. Made her feel frisky and sort of extra alive, and like it didn't matter. Nothing's going wrong here. It was different, and it amplified her preference for hot water. But it didn't make her feel like a victim or unworthy, and it doesn't even make her want to push hard against the hotel because it's so wonderful in so many other ways. She's never met nicer people as she's roaming around the belly of the well. So many people back here that make this go. In other words, you get to choose. Life is coming, and Esther knows how her trending got her into that situation. She understands all of that. But it's what you do in the moment after. In other words, you've trended, and that's why this is happening. But if you stand there and belabor the fact that you're out of bagels, that's not helpful. But if you find another way of responding to what's happening, then life is rich and fun and adventurous and satisfying and fulfilling. You might have been having an I give up moment. You might have been sort of at the end of your wits. You might have been willing to just let go for a while. Trying really hard and not getting the results you want makes you sort of want to stop trying so hard. That's why. Are you listening to this? That's why. That's why. That conversation was valuable, wasn't it? That's why. We've enjoyed this interaction more than words can explain to you. You have too. You have too. We're so eager about what's coming next for you. Have fun with this. There is great love here for you. And for now, we are complete. Thank you so much.